Welcome back to school. For tonight's session, because of time limitations, the chat and mics are muted. All questions can be directed to Class Dojo, and I will respond as soon as I can. Speaking of Class Dojo, I'm the mentor for our school. You have seen me posting in School Story in previous years. This is the most reliable way to reach me at any time. You can message me anytime, any day. I turn my phone off at night, so don't worry about waking me up with notifications. Because your child is working from home, it's important to maintain a schedule. If something comes up, message me. I'm willing to work with you. In order for attendance to count, ideally, I see them each day and they complete their work. This is the schedule for both of my groups. Group A works with me from 8 to 10:05 in the morning in synchronous learning. 10:05 to 11 are my office hours. Students may meet with me in small groups or in individual appointments. The rest of the students who are not meeting with me are to do some asynchronous learning. 11 to 11:50 is lunchtime. 11 o'clock to 2:55 is asynchronous learning. They have an additional, 3 hours, almost 3 hours, to work on their own. Group B has asynchronous learning in the morning from 8 to 11. At 11 o'clock, they will have lunch to 11:50. 11:55 to 2 o'clock is their synchronous learning time with me. From 2 o'clock to 2:55 are my office hours. So students might meet with me in small groups or with individual appointments. And any students who are not meeting with me are supposed to be doing asynchronous learning. Asynchronous work is critical to learning. Just showing up for class is not enough. All assignments live in Google Classroom. They might be completed elsewhere, like in Dojo, Nearpod, or Flocabulary. Late work is not truly late. I do not penalize students if their work is late. Missing work will count against them. Soon, your child is going to be taking the iReady diagnostic and the STAR test as well, and they'll be doing these from home. It's very important that you observe some critical requirements. Do not help your child with the test. Don't read a word to them. Don't say, ooh, you might want to try a different answer. Those are all considered help. Just tell them to do their best. These tests tell us where your child needs gaps filled in and where your child needs extended learning. We won't know that if you are helping them. Please encourage your child to try. Grades. Soon you'll be invited to Google Classroom to receive weekly updates on your students' assignments. The grades live in the parent portal in PowerSchool. However, I encourage parents not to make that their new residence. Focus on your child's learning, not their grade. Colleges and human resources departments do not look at your third grade report card. Some students are trying to get academic awards later down the line. If they want to start building their academic career, then grades are important. But for most children, make sure your child is learning and completing assignments. Okay, if your child has a birthday, remind me on Dojo and we'll be happy to sing happy birthday to them. Eating. Lunch is from 11 to 11:50. Please eat before coming to class. If they grab a quick snack during break, that's fine, but please no junk food during class. Drinking. Water during class is fine, but no other beverages. You want to build healthy habits. Synchronous learning is for learning, not consuming sugary drinks. I do consider Gatorade off limits for during class time. Water is the only acceptable drink during class. Even orange juice. They're finishing up their breakfast. Their orange juice can wait. That's very sugary, even though it is orange juice. It's a fruit juice. It's still very sugary, and it's best for them if they can just drink water. Struggles. Your child is going to struggle. You will struggle. I will struggle. Overcoming struggles builds character. If you are frustrated, take a break. We are all doing the best we can. If you or your child feel overwhelmed, contact the school counselor. Ms. Torres is available to help. When you receive this slideshow, these two links will be live. You can click on them. If you're the parent, your child can click on theirs as the student and request help from the counselor. Even if you're just having trouble getting your child to do their asynchronous learning, The counselor can be a huge help there. Microphones should be muted unless your child is directed to unmute. Everything that happens in your house becomes public if their microphone is not muted. Do your best to give your child a quiet place to work and attend class. This also means reducing distractions as much as possible. I have a very small house and I raised 3 daughters in it. And if I had to do this with my 3 daughters, it would have been less than optimal. Let's just say that. So some things you can do to help them to focus is to give them a pair of earbuds or headphones to use. That blocks out the noise from the room. But understand when they turn on their microphone, we still hear everything that happens in the house. So just be mindful of that. Chromebooks. Please make sure that Chromebooks are properly shut down each night. A lot of the issues we've been having with the Chromebooks have been partially due to not being properly shut down. I sent home a video about how to do this. Just like you, your Chromebook needs their sleep. They clear their memory and they get their updates. So rather than just pushing the power button on the keyboard, which is not an off button, or just closing the lid and plugging it in, also not a way to shut it down, you need to click on the clock and a little menu pops up and you'll see a little power button symbol on there. Click that. When the screen goes dark, then you know your Chromebook is shut down. You can close the lid, put it on the charger, and when you start it up in the morning, it will be fresh and ready to go. If it doesn't want to start in the morning, give it a second. If it doesn't want to start, hold the power button down for up to 6 seconds and it'll start. I want your child and his or her computer refreshed and ready to go. If you're shutting it down properly and you're still having issues, contact Mr. Sam at the school. He can swap them out or he can check them to see what's wrong with it. Thank you for coming tonight. Please leave any questions in Dojo. I will make this slideshow available for you to view later.